products and learn about. So it's been great to be able to be in the pre-launch and to be a part of that and to have an opportunity to try these products and learn about them. And I'm very, very excited because I have studied and learned about micronutrients for the last 50 years. And so I'm really thrilled to be talking to you today about 3 new products that Life Andy's introduced recently. Micronutrients, Rise AM, Reset PM, and D3 Plus. So let's get started on talking about why these are new, why these 3 products are unique, superior to anything that I have seen on the market. I think it's this time-wise nutrient delivery is what makes us special. And that is that these nutrients have been designed and formulated with the right nutrients and the right amounts at the right time. So I'm just going to kind of give you an overview of each product today, talk a little bit about why micronutrients are essential, that time-wise nutrient delivery, how micronutrients relate to activation, because you know a lot. If you are following us here on this page, you'll probably already learned a lot about activation. And then we just give you some testimonials. But let's talk about why we need nutrient supplementation. Well, our very own US government, the USDA, the Food and Drug, United States Dietary Guidelines Committee, has published data on what Americans are eating and how many nutrients we're getting in our diet. These are actual surveys that they've done, massive, huge amounts of surveys of people. And they've identified some what they call it shortfall nutrients. In other words, inadequate nutrients. These are nutrients we're not getting enough of in our diet. There's fiber, choline, magnesium, calcium, vitamin A, D, C, E, and iron for women that are between ages of 19 to 50. The USDA dietary guidelines have also recognized inadequate intakes for US adults are really unbelievable. I mean, you think about it. Calcium and magnesium, 70%, vitamin D. I've seen a number of these various percentages, but the general population around 50%. Older adults I read recently and learned in a webinar that's 65%. Anyway, it's very high. B12 especially concerned for older adults over age 55 because we don't really utilize and absorb it as well, and we need more. So if you're not getting enough nutrients, what are you feeling? You're going to have general fatigue, depressed immunity, impaired cognitive function, and overall generally poor health, right? So people will say, but I eat a healthy diet. I eat my vegetables and my greens and all of that. So, why do I need a nutrient supplementation? I mean, that's what I used to think. This is what we used to tell people years ago. I remember 30 years ago, we're probably still telling people, you just eat your healthy diet. Yeah, you're going to get enough micronutrients. No, you're not. Because, our foods are just not as nutrient dense as they used to be, because we have nutrient deficient soils, we have nutrient deficient foods, right? So one report is that the average vegetable is 5 to 40% lower mineral content than 50 years ago. So that's what's happening with our soils. Well, also there's medical conditions. If you have a medical condition, you're either going to have an increased need for nutrients, or maybe your medical condition and the drugs that you're taking is depleting you of nutrients. I think of diabetes as for one. That's a condition where people really need significantly larger amounts of magnesium, for example, right? And then you have nutrients that are lost in transportation, storage, and cooking. So you see there's many, many reasons why, even if you're eating that healthy diet, which absolutely I recommend, of course, everybody eats your nutrient-dense diet, but you're just still need to supplement, right? So, there's a lot of products out there in the market in terms of, vitamin mineral supplements. So what is it about our particular products that make us superior and heads above what's out there? It's really this time-wise nutrient delivery system. And that's the right nutrients, the right amounts, and the right time. And as I go through, I'm going to be giving you some examples of that. And this time-wise nutrient delivery system was developed in conjunction with the Linus Pauling Institute on Micronutrients, right? So we have the top molecular biologist, the top biophysicist that is a expert in this area of micronutrient supplementation from the Linus Pauling Institute. That Linus Pauling Institute worked in conjunction with our brilliant scientists at our company. So we got the great minds with LifeVantage and our R&D department, and that they worked in conjunction with Dr. Alexander Michaels at the Linus Pauling Institute. So this gives me right there, I'm like, I'm all in. I'm all in. These are the best. You don't get much better than this, right? In terms of formulators, you can't beat this, man. I'm like, okay, I'm all in. I'm taking these. So I stopped all my other nutrients and I'm on board with these. First, I want to talk about the first product in this trio of micronutrients, and that is the D3 Plus. Now, this is a bone building formula, and the plus means and more, also for your cardiovascular system. And I've looked at this, and this is, the formulation is just, it's a genius of the nutrients that are put together, because for so many years, doctors and dietitians and, people, we've been telling our clients and patients, hey, 1,200 milligrams of calcium a day. Well, that's just one of many bone building nutrients that you need to build bones. Calcium needs what I call cofactor nutrients. If you're going to build your bones, you need additional nutrients. What do you need? You need vitamin D, you need magnesium, and you need boron. Then there are others as well. And how about K2? K2 as well, which is going to help to get your calcium into your bones, so it doesn't get deposited in your blood vessels. So that's that MK7 form of vitamin K2 specifically added to this formulation, so that you are getting that calcium in the bones and not in your blood vessels. Because the Women's Health Initiative study that was published, it's been going on for actually probably 40 years, published data showing that the women that had the highest intake of calcium, and they were not getting those cofactor nutrients, that they were showing some increased risk of heart disease, coronary artery disease. Well, because you have to have all these nutrients to get the calcium into your bones. And so that's what's critically important in this. So this MK2 is really good for your cardiovascular system. So keep that in mind. I've not really seen that, Maria, in another bone supplement, that MK7. That particular form, there's 7 different forms of K2. This is that MK7 that's so probably most important of all. So I don't know, maybe somebody out there has maybe seen that MK7 before. I haven't seen that particular one. So again, this is where we have the brains and the brilliant scientists behind these products that are formulating these. So as I said, it's more than just for strong bones and teeth. As you can see, it also supports your mood, muscle and nerves, supports hair, skin, and nails as well. So then let's move on to the next 2 products. And this is a multi-nutrient duo system. It's really one product taken at different times. So these are right nutrients, right amounts at the right time. So these nutrients are formulated and designed to be taken and to coincide and to be in sync with your body's natural circadian rhythms. So let's go on and talk about circadian rhythms. What exactly is that? That is your natural rhythms of your body that are really kind of timed with the light and dark cycles, right? So for example, your highest blood pressure is at 6 p.m., your melatonin secretion starts at 9, your body starts shutting down, and your biochemistry slows down, and your deepest sleep is so on at 2 a.m. So these nutrients are designed to work with your natural rhythms. For example, you do not want to take B vitamins at nighttime, because B vitamins help to boost up your energy during the day. So you don't want to take those when you're going to bed at night, right? You want to be slowing down. So fasting in sync with your circadian rhythms is also important. I've been teaching on this for a number of years when I started reading about this. So not only do you want to work in sync with your circadian rhythms when you take your nutrients, right? You also want to work in sync with your circadian rhythms when the timing of your food as well. And so I've been a very big advocate of fasting from early dinner to late morning for at least 12 hours, and 14 hours being ideal. Because look at this study. Cancer survivors who fasted greater than 13 hours per night overnight during 7 years of follow-up had a decreased risk of cancer recurrence. So see how this is so important for your overall health, to eat and take your nutrients in sync with your circadian rhythms. How brilliant. When I learned about this, that they were actually incorporating and thinking about circadian rhythms with their nutrients, I'm like, this is brilliant. This is really smart.
Yeah, because so many people today are doing the intermittent fasting. And I know you try to eat by 6 p.m. and try to go all the way to 6 a.m. To 6 to 8 a.m. without eating.
Yes.
Before you start. So yeah, that's doable. When we think of fasting, we get all in our head. But if you really realize, okay, have your dinner at 6 p.m. and then just don't eat till the next morning, have water. But it's fascinating that with that we've designed something that goes with intermittent fasting. So
it does. Yes.
I didn't know, you can't have B12 at night, right? And if you have a multivitamin, and if you get to take it in the morning and then you're taking it at night, then you're wondering, hey, why am I up? So it makes total sense. And
yes.
It's just very interesting.
And it's for older adults, especially. I teach a lot to in my community here to the residents about nutrition. And, that's one thing that I tell them is that, older adults, you need more micronutrients, you need more nutrition, you need more nutrients. If you're skipping meals and some of the fasting regimens out there, you're really not going to be getting enough nutrients, particularly like protein is another one. But if you fast overnight, if you can do that overnight fast, you're not skipping your meals, you're not missing out on important critical nutrients and the proteins and the fats that you need, and your macronutrients as well. I think this is great concept here to take your, like your rice. We have the PM formula to take that at night with your meal, eat as early as you can, fast overnight. It's really, it's fantastic as we know more about our circadian rhythms than we ever did before, and how important that is.
So why do 50-plus-year-olds need more micronutrients? What is happening in our body?
Yes, because of, first of all, let's talk about the stomach. Older adults develop something called atrophic gastritis, where the stomach just does not function and work properly to absorb those nutrients. The B vitamins are particularly critical, like B12. That's one, it's a couple of them. And then another thing too, is that so many older adults are on medications that lower the stomach acid. They're called proton pump inhibitors. Well, you need that stomach acid actually to absorb nutrients. So that can be affecting you as well. And your digestion slows down, and you just don't, metabolize, absorb, and utilize nutrients as well as you did when you're younger. You actually need more. Particularly these nutrients, very, very important for older adults, age, 55 plus. When I talk older, I'm saying 55, and I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to me like going, 55, I'm an older adult, but really, just like when you're talking about lean body mass is another subject that I'm passionate about, is starting at age 40, you start losing 8% of your muscle mass per year. And when you get to 70, it's 15%, so per decade, excuse me. So it's really amazing how quickly you're losing nutrients, you're just not utilizing them as well. So these are particularly important for older adults. So let's talk about what's in the Rise AM formula, because like I said, they've divided up the nutrients to work with your circadian rhythms. So you have an AM formula and you have a PM formula. So in the AM formula, you have your vitamin A, C, D3, vitamin E. You have a little more K, you have some K1 in there instead of K2. So you get K1 and K2. So you get K1 in this one. And you have your B vitamins. And the B vitamins are in the methylated form of B vitamins because almost 50% of the population has a gene defect where they're not able to metabolize some of the synthetic vitamins. And they need the vitamins, the B vitamins, the folate, and the B12 particularly to be in this methylated form, right? So this formulation would be fine and acceptable for people who have that MTHFR. That's what it's called, MTHFR gene defects. So that's another benefit with these. In fact, if you look at most of the vitamin formulations on the market, they do not have that methylated B vitamins. And so this formula is safe and great for those people that have that gene defect. And this is moving on. This is more nutrients in the AM formula. And again, you can just read those on the screen: pantothenic acid, choline, you have a little more calcium in there, selenium, copper, on and on. It's great mix of vitamins and minerals. This is a full spectrum. I call it full spectrum vitamins and minerals that's in this AM formula. And then we have some added ginseng, which is to help us with our energy during the day. It's an adaptogen, so fantastic, brilliant to put that in there in our AM formula, right? To get us up and going in the morning. So look at this. What are the benefits? It's specially formulated to start your day the right way, right? It's just fantastic. Then we have the Reset PM formula. This is a combination of micronutrients to help you at night, especially to help you relax. The calming herbs that are added in there is to help you kind of, calm down before bedtime, right? This is not a sleep formula, by the way, but you are getting some of those micronutrients and vitamins, particularly magnesium given at bedtime. Research shows it can also be helpful with your sleep if you can take your magnesium, take some magnesium at bedtime, and of course some trace minerals. It's just kind of genius how they divided these all up in the AM and the PM formula. I mean, I've never seen this concept before. I'm just intrigued. I'm so fascinated by this, how they really formulated these. Just cool. Like it really basically is kind of like one vitamin nutrient supplement, but taken at different times, right? So that's in the Reset PM, and look at what the benefits are. Relaxing your body and mind at the end of the day, works with your natural circadian rhythms, helps your body restore and restores your health as you sleep, so you can wake up feeling refreshed. So that's our formulas. And I'm excited about taking these products and have enjoyed taking them. But the question is, and many of us have, and anybody here that has been taking the Protandim Trisynergizers, the Protandim Nerve 2, the Nerve 1, the NAD, you might be asking this question: are there any benefits of combining these formulas, these micronutrients, with the Protandim Trisynergizers? Well, our company thought ahead, and they actually did the studies. They did cell culture studies, and they did find that combining the Rise AM and PM with our Trisynergizers increased the gene expression, where you are able to upregulate those good survival genes by adding in these micronutrients. And why? It's because these pathways require micronutrients in order to get you all the anti-aging benefits. To get the anti-aging benefits, you need these micronutrients for these pathways to work. So the first cell culture study that they did our company did, Life Vantage performed, they combined the Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer with the Rise AM and Reset program. And then they measured the increase in glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant for your body, really, glutathione, especially for your brain, especially important for your brain. Detoxifies heavy metals. That's just one of many benefits of glutathione. But look at the increase in glutathione, 67%, right? When you add the micronutrients to the Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer. Then when you combine the Protandim Dual Synergizer, that's Nerve 2 and Nerve 1, with the Rise AM and PM, you're getting a 17% gene increase in gene expression of catalase. And this one is amazing. This is when you combine the Rise AM and PM with the Protandim Tri-Synergizers, Nerve 1, Nerve 2, and NAD, you're going to get a 68% increase in the activity of sirtuins, those potent, powerful anti-aging genes. Unbelievable. So this is the genius of our company, that they have brought out these top of the line micronutrient supplements that we can add to our Tri-Synergizers to get and increase all of the anti-aging benefits that we're getting from those products. This is fantastic. So what are the real life results? Our company conducted a consumer trial, and participants were asked to use the Rise AM and Reset formulas for 90 days. And they were not told what to expect, but you can see that the results were even way beyond what our company and what our scientists in our company thought they would get, right? Increase in mental energy, physical energy, increase in alertness, improved mood, increased ability to relax, improvement in stress relief at night. And then this is one I love. And this is really what I noticed, was better sleep and increased waking and feeling refreshed in the morning and having more energy during the day. Just definitely noticed that. My husband told me he noticed it. He said, "Hey, Joe, you're sleeping better at night." This was after about 2 to 3 weeks. He was the one who commented and told me, he said, "Hey, you're really sleeping better." And I love these comments and testimonials from the people that subjects that were in that trial. I wake feeling wide awake and alert. I'm happy to get out of bed and more easily than normal. And I like this one. I was able to calm down and relax at night, falling asleep much more easily. This is really what I noticed too. Just great, wonderful products. And there's a lot of people that have been taking micronutrient supplements. And what happened was during COVID, it had a big increase because people recognized that micronutrients play a role in your immunity, help to keep your immunity running at peak capacity. And so people started taking more micronutrient supplements, multiple vitamin supplements. And so you can see that 28% started. So, people are getting understanding that we need these nutrients. And
yeah, that's the one thing during COVID that we all learned, how important our immune system is. That the
exactly.
better, the stronger our immune system is, the better we're able to fight off whatever comes at us, right? So I think we need to be prepared now and for the future. Who knows what's on the next horizon, right? So we know that the key to it all is our immune system. So I'm so glad that this works just in line with that, to keep making that immune system strong, because we need that.
Exactly, Maria. And I, in fact, mentioned that at the beginning, that one of the signs and symptoms of micronutrient deficiencies is, a depressed immune system. So yeah, I think with that, Maria, I think I'm going to end in a summary. Just, most of the US population have inadequate takes of one or more micronutrients, even if you're eating a healthy diet. And we have this genius called time-wise nutrient delivery system that has a lot of thought into it, right nutrients, right amount, right time, right? Rise AM and Reset PM nutrients work synergistically and enhance the benefits of the Protandim Tri-Synergizers. So that's really a summary of what we've talked about today, Maria. I don't know, do you have questions, Maria? I think there are questions.
Well, I do. A comment and a question. One of the, so I've been taking it now for about 2 weeks because I just got mine. And it just dawned on me this morning when I was getting ready for this, is that I sleep well anyway. Like I'm an 8-hour sleeper. I like to get my 8 hours. I hit the bed and I'm out. But I am having more vivid dreams.
Yes.
So I'm like this morning, I can remember I had 3 different super vivid dreams. Like I was really there and interacting, and like, so I know that means I'm in a deeper REM sleep, correct? So that's how you know, are you sleeping better? Maybe you're not sleeping more hours, because some people's body, like my husband is like a 6-hour sleep. He doesn't need the 8 hours. And he's happy, refreshed with that. But it's when we start having those dreams, right, Joanne?
Yes, exactly. I noticed that too. When you have that, that deep REM sleep is where your body gets refreshed, restored, rebuild. That's where that's so important to get that deep REM sleep. Absolutely. So
yeah, I was surprised that it's just been 2 weeks, but that's the biggest difference that I feel. Like I wake up refreshed. I actually got up earlier this morning than I normally do because it's still so dark in the morning. Yeah. But this morning I got up and I kind of stayed up and I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm good. I didn't have to linger that extra hour until the sun was fully out. So yeah. The other question that we hear a lot is when do I take it in the morning? When do I take it at night? And, can I take it with my NRF2, with my other products? So yes. Can you answer that? What is the best time to take it with what other products? What would you recommend?
Well, I do recommend taking the Rise AM formula, or both of them actually, taking your micronutrients with food. So your first meal of the day, take your Rise AM, and you can take that with all of your other supplements that you're taking. The Tri-Synergizers, definitely, I would say, get the nutrients on board when you take your Tri-Synergizers and combine them together, because look at those studies that our company did, showing you're going to get even an enhanced benefit from your Tri-Synergizers, taking them with your micronutrients. You can, take your fish oils, your other micronutrients, whatever you're taking, you can take those in the morning. And then of course, Reset PM, same thing. I would take that within an hour, maybe, of your meal. So again, you're having some food on board with that as well. The D3 too, I take that in the morning, with everything else, I just get them all down, get them done. So I remember, that's the most important thing, isn't it, Maria, that we remember to take them. That's
exactly.
Is to take them when you can remember. Absolutely.
And to me, it's easier after dinner. I just go look and what am I going to take, right? And I just take it all, because it doesn't make you drowsy, but I just feel this kind of zen and relaxed, right? Yes. So, so that works for me. So, thank you so much, Joanne.
Happy to be here. Absolutely.
This has been, you're such, like I said, a world of knowledge. I learned so much from you all the time. I was kind of like, oh, it's just another multivitamin. But when I heard you explain the right nutrients at the right amount at the right time, it was just amazing. Because I was like, why 2 different ones? Why can't they put it all together? Because I was comparing it to my multivitamin, which is a really good one that my doctor recommended that I look through. So these ingredients are in it plus more, which is awesome, but separated. And it's like, wow, somebody took the time to figure out that this is better to take at this time, and that is better to take at that time, and it's going to work better in your body. It's just brilliant. It always amazes me how our company, our scientists with our products always go to the next level. Yes. How can I make this better? How can I make it in a way that it's going to work better with our bodies? So exactly. And you keep it so simple so we can understand everything. Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure. I look
Anytime.
forward to having you come back, and the more people are on it, the more we hear and the more we learn about it. So thank you so much. This has been a great topic. If you have, if you want to try the AM, PM and D3 Plus, go back to whoever initially enrolled you in our products. So go back to them and tell them, hey, I'd love to try these. Be exciting to see how it further helps you in our health. We have to stay ahead of it, right?
That's
Especially
right.
as we get older, every new little thing, yeah, we got to stay a step ahead of it, right? So
you got it. Yeah, that's right.
I'm in that 55 plus category. So knowing that I need these nutrition, I'm like, I'm all on board. So thank you so much and have a blessed day. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.